Good morning, statistics. It's Wednesday. We are starting chapter 4 today, so we're going to do a scatter plot, which is a graph you're familiar with. It just plots both an x and a y coordinate on an x and a y axis, and there's more than one coordinate, so there'll be multiple dots. Okay, you start with a response variable. It's the variable that measures the outcome. We have an explanatory variable. That's the variable that we think causes the change, so it's the causational variable. Plot the explanatory variable on the x-axis, and the response variable goes on the y-axis. Okay. So your first step is when you're making a scatter plot is to identify which one is the response variable and which one is the explanatory variable. Because then when you plot it, you have a place to start. Then you're going to label the axis, plot the individual values, and describe a trend. Okay, so we're going to do this plot together. All right, we've got some people going on a backpacking trip. They're divided into groups of 8. But before leaving, their students and their backpacks are weighed. So we're plotting body weight and backpack weight. Which one is the explanatory variable and which one is the response variable? Does body weight more explain how heavy a backpack could be? Or does the backpack explain how heavy the body can be? Well, in general, the body weight is going to explain the backpack weight because a heavier person is going to have more muscles, can carry more weight, whereas a lighter person is not going to be able to carry as heavy of a backpack. So our body weight is going to go on the x-axis as the explanatory variable, and our backpack weight is going on the y-axis as our response variable. Okay. And then you have to figure out how you want to scale it. Body weight is going from 103 to 187. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 spaces. So if we go by 10-pound increments, if we put 100 pounds right here, 110, and so on. Now, anything in between can be done. So if there's 105 or 102, you're going to have to estimate that. And then do the same thing for body weight. We're going from 24 to 35. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And we've got 8 things. So if we go up by 3s, we could get there. Possibly 2, 24, 26, 28, 30, 32, 34, 36. We can do 2s. 24, 26, 28. Okay. And since we're not really starting at 0, you can add that little broken graph symbol in there. Okay. Once you have labeled, scaled, now you can start plotting points. We've got 120 up 26. There's the first person. So each dot is one person. 187 and 30. So it's going to go like that. 109 and 26. 103 and 24. 131, 29. It should be more in the middle. And 65, 35. And 116.28. Okay, so your scatter plot looks approximately like that. If you labeled yours differently, it might look a little different. Okay, then we're going to look for a pattern. What does the pattern appear to be here? As their body weight gets heavier, does their backpack weight get heavier? Pretty much. Okay, so there can be a positive association or a negative association. Does the scatter plot go up as you look at it from left to right, or does it go down as you look at it from left to right? In this one, different color, we're going mostly up as we read left to right. So it's a positive association. What form does it have? Does it seem to be clustered in a ball? Does it seem to be in a curve? Or is it mostly in a straight line? So if we look at this one, I would say this is mostly linear. They seem to follow that green line. If you were talking a curved one, the dots might go back down here at the end. And a cluster would be all the dots would be centered around a single point. So that's definitely not what's happening there. So I would say that the green one is linear. And the strength, how closely do these points follow a clear form? So we decided it was negative. Are these is this a strong strength? Are they really close to that line? Is it a moderate strength or somewhat close? Or is it a weak strength where you can barely tell it's a line? Okay. I would probably classify this as a moderate strength. All right, so let's look at these A through E. It's got A and B are the direction. We've got a positive relationship and then a negative relationship. You've got your cluster, your curvilinear, both positive and negative. And A and B would be your linear relationships. Notice only those two, the linear relationships, have a positive or negative direction. The other ones don't. And we're going to get to what these R's mean later. Actually, that's it. We're going to stop there for today. So that's a scatter plot. So today's assignment will be graphing a couple of little scatter plots as practice, and I'll see you in the meet shortly.